What is up? So today's video. Okay, quick run through. Also, this is disgusting. I hate that it's tangled. I'm so sorry. It's probably like scratching right now. No, I'm not editing any of my podcasts. They're gonna be exactly raw and real. And we're so back. Okay, so hi vlog. In today's little podcast talk, I'm gonna minimize this to minutes, so we're going to maximize the time spent here, and the time that you spend watching this video, because I want you to maximize your time watching a video or podcast. I don't like going to podcasts and just hearing them yap, but then at the same time, I feel like I have to be sympathetic to the fact that they are this is your way of ranting. Like, this is my way of ranting. This is my way of learning how to talk and converse with people better, and learn how to be confident in what I have to say. And this is also like a practice trial of that, and every day I'm going to be working on that. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about perspective. And perspective is such a huge thing that I came across today when I was spending time with my cousin, and we haven't seen each other in some time. Usually it's like 2 to 3 times a month. And I'm sure you guys experience that maybe with your favorite cousin, maybe 3 to 2 times a year. Like, I see a lot of TikToks on that, like, oh, like when you see your favorite cousin at the family funk, like once a year, and it feels like no time has passed. And I absolutely agree with that, but I live in such close proximity with my cousin that we see each other so often, or within the 2 to 3 times a month, and really that's equivalent to what, like 36 times a year or more. So yeah, she just put things into perspective for me, because I'm just gonna dive right into it because there's no point in dilly-dallying. She put into perspective about a relationship I had with someone in the beginning of this year, and it wasn't like it wasn't like a committed relationship. Okay, like let's get that out of the way. Okay, like this this relationship was like, it's more so a situationship, not with like that weird stuff or anything like that. It was just like a situation within itself, like straight up situation within itself, or a talking stage. Let's call it a talking stage. And this is the second time I went back to that person, and it put things into perspective when I explained the whole story to her, and she was just like, you know, in that moment you may have felt rejected because I was the person that wanted a relationship and commitment. And she's like, in that moment you may have felt rejection, but it wasn't really rejection. She's like, I don't think it is rejection. And when I heard that, I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? I think someone not saying yes in a sense is rejection. But she's like, no, not really. It's like, it's not anything having to do with you, but with the other person. And she said, like, things along the lines, I was like, okay, like, some people are just like emotionally detached and don't feel like they can commit and fully be emotional and available for a person, and that person may just allow people to come and go in their lives without true like commitment, you know what I mean? So that was such an interesting concept to me, because I think I saw it very black and white. I was like, this person doesn't want me, like if they wanted to they would, and like all of that good stuff. So yes, hold on. So as I was saying, before my mom came into my room, there's like, it was just this moment of realization, like, oh shit, I thought so black and white, and that wasn't the only perspective. Like, I know there's multiple, a perspective can be multifaceted, right? But I think in the moment, in the heat of the moment of the emotions, I was like, this is how it was. And taking that emotion into several months of not talking to that person, I was like, of course, my perspective has grown, but I still felt some sort of like rejection. You know what I mean? And I never put it into perspective that it wasn't necessarily rejection or anything having to do with me. Like, I thought that genuinely I was like the issue. I think a lot of that time, like, I victimized myself into thinking, like, oh, there's something wrong with me, or like, you know, like that mindset. Like, I'm doing everything that I can. Is there something wrong with me? Am I not enough? Um, but then I kind of faded into, oh, like, our personalities aren't compatible. But to me, it was still rejection. But in that, in her explaining, like, after the many times of like hearing me rant to her, and like, you know, like an accumulation of thoughts, like, I feel like just formed in her head, and she's like, well, you know, and she was just completely blunt, and she was like, I think he is just an emotionally detached person, and that's why he couldn't commit. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just that he doesn't have the emotional capacity, and that's why he said he wasn't ready. And I think being more empathetic of that, I don't know, maybe not being empathetic, because I feel like I give people a lot of chances, at least a second one. And like, even after really, really, really being hurt the first time, I still give the person a second chance if I think things can work out, and if I genuinely want to fight for that relationship. Um, because why would I give up without a fight? Like, I think when I hit that threshold of what she had said, I was like, whoa, like, this is a completely new perspective. And it's not even like rejection is redirection. Like, that's true, but that wasn't even the case in this conversation. And like, she's like, well, it seems like he's the type of person to let people come in and out of your life, like his out of his life, sorry, out of his life, and not do anything. And I was like, I was so stunned, because I was like, how did she just sum up everything that I've kind of been feeling? Because the first time we stopped talking, like, I had a feeling he wasn't going to reach out. But of course, everything still being fresh the first time, I was like, no, like, come on, like, he has to. Like, I had this sort of hope that you can't reignite the second time. And um, after I had reached out, he said something along the lines like, oh yeah, I meant to reach out, like, I'm sorry, and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to go into detail about what he had said. But yeah, it was like a wake up call, and that he was never actually going to reach out if I didn't make the first move. And it's just like, I think that wave just washed over me, like, oh my gosh, like, when she said that, I was like, yeah, like, it felt like that I was in control for the most part. Like, I would initiate a lot of things. Not to say that he didn't too, but I think coming out of it, I felt like 75% of it was me. Maybe 60, and 40% was him. And like, she was able to like piece together something that I don't think I could have done on my own. And that's why I really appreciate that conversation. And I felt the need to share that because if you are a person that's ever felt like you've been rejected, just know that it's not, that person's just not for you, period. And it may be something to do within themselves. Like, don't go to blaming yourself. If you're a really toxic person, I think you need to come to terms with that. But if you're not, and you're actually genuine, and you actually genuinely like want something, then like don't. I think it's hard to not immediately jump to that, but allow yourself time to think like, okay, why? Why may have this person said I can at the moment? What circumstance within their life may have, may have caused them to say that? And I'm not saying to dwell on the why, but just consider it. Consider it. And look inward, honestly. But after that, like, come on, like, pick up your shit and move on. You can't you can't be stuck on something for so freaking long. Like, just don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna waste your time and you're gonna end up hurting yourself more than you need to. And did I mention wasting your time? And I feel like that is so crucial in this moment of life where we're like exploring. And I'm gonna turn 20 in 2026, and that's kind of crazy to me because, like, what do you mean I'm not gonna be a teen anymore? Like, what do you mean this new chapter of my life is gonna open up? And it's not even like 21. Like, I get it, like 21 you're legal to drink and stuff, but like I feel like 20 is a huge milestone. Same with 30, same with 40, same with 50, same with 60. And it's like, oh shit, I've been living for 2 decades. And that is a real wake-up call. So I just feel like time is of the essence, and you do gotta grind. I do gotta grind. When the 20s hit, the grind is on, and only after exploration and risk taking, I can settle more in my 30s or whatever the future holds. So, yeah, don't dwell on that one person is what I'm saying. And I know everyone has that one person who you thought you really, really, really liked and could see a future with. But don't get hung up on the past, please. Like, 2, 3 months and pack up your shit. Like, I'm being so for real. Like, get your shit together, pack it up, go work that job, go get that internship, go make that bank, go socialize with people, go do that pottery class that you've been wanting to do, which that's still my bucket list, or go on that freaking hike, go summit that mountain. And yeah, don't let that stop you. And I'm not gonna let that stop me, that's for sure, because dwelling on the past has not done me any good. Being nostalgic about a moment that caused me pain this is not gonna do me any good. So that's my little consensus. I know I went over time. Definitely over 10 minutes because this portion's 10 minutes. So I hope this talk was very informative and very eye-opening, and as the conversation with my cousin was to me. So I hope to share this with the greater YouTube world, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.